You know, if this works, then a fan should kick on and my lights should kick on. So let's check this out. Come here. Hey guys, Jeremy here, and today we're going to be installing a battery cutoff switch, or an isolator, whatever you want to call it. They sent this to me at no charge for this review, and what I'm going to do is install it here on our vehicle, and we're going to just cut the power to the vehicle without having to take the battery out. Now, we could do this on the positive side or the negative side. Either one's going to be just fine. I would suggest that you go with the negative side, and then the way we're going to do this is disconnect that battery cable. Now you are going to have top posts for this to work. So I want you to look at the top post of my battery here. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this cable off, and then we're going to take that cable and we're going to put it on this post right here. Now obviously this is bigger than this post, so they do give you 3 spacers here, and you'll notice I've got one spacer here that I've been working with. You might have to bend that spacer just a little bit to get it to fit in there correctly. So it's going to go around your post like that, and then your battery cable is going to go over the top of that, and then you're going to cinch it down here, and as well as cinching it here. So you're going to have it pretty snug on there, and you want to make sure that it is a solid connection with no wiggle room at all, because you don't want any battery acid leaking here and building up at all. Then this other side is going to go on the post. It's going to sit on there like that, and then you're going to screw that into the post. This is going to be and that's going to put it in there nice and snug. You're going to have a great connection right here. And so I've never used one of these before, but I think that it would be great to use in a vehicle if you're working on vehicles on a regular basis. You know, they always tell you to disconnect your battery. Well, rather than taking that off with your number 10 socket or your number 10 wrench, if you can find it, it's going to be so much easier to just put this on one time and then cut the power, turn the power on, cut the power, turn the power on, rather than taking that cable off. It would also work great in an RV, ATV, motorcycle, or any time that you just have a vehicle that is slowly draining your battery overnight. Just cut the power off before, and then you won't have to worry about jumping it every morning. Just cut the power off next morning, get up, turn the power on. You still got a full battery, and you're going to be good to go. So let's go ahead and get this installed, take a look at it, see what it looks like when it's done, and just to check how this thing really works. So you notice I have these 2 bolts going into the negative terminal, and then I've also got my negative cable on this other post over here. They did give me a couple of these spacers if you need to use that. That really helped, because my connection was way too big for that post that was there, and so putting a spacer in there. Now I did have to reshape the spacer just a little bit with a pair of channel locks, but bend that down just a little bit and then get that fit in there. It's a perfect tight snug fit, nothing to worry about. So so next thing to do is just get in the vehicle and turn it over and see what happens. Headlights are on, and it's all from this cutoff switch right here. Cutoff switches are super handy. Definitely recommend them. Even if you're just a shade tree mechanic, go ahead and pop one of those on. Super simple, as I showed you. I think if you just go ahead and pull the trigger and purchase one of these, you're not going to be disappointed.